inside another dimension, face battling barbarians and evil magic on a quest for adventure in a maze of monsters. Once you get into it, you'll never be the same. Hero Quest. Now with 2 new adventure packs, the legend grows.
Hi, welcome back to Not Your Mother's Hobbies. And today we're starting Frozen Horror. And what better way to start than with the doors? Something simple, something easy, something nice to just break us into the expansion before getting into the nitty-gritty mercenaries and monsters. I really like the iron door, and I got a really cool way to paint that, so let's get to it. Alright, so you might have noticed that I do have a zenithal on this, but I used like a warm white, and I just want to give it a little more white. So I'm taking my dollar store white and just dry brushing on top. You don't have to do this, but if you want to give it a little extra zing, you know, or you're feeling like your white isn't good enough, then just touch it up and whatnot. Now you can see we've already painted doors before. I'll link the tutorial up above, and I'm just going to do that off screen. I'm just going to paint the inside of the door off screen. Bang, bang, boom. There it is. That's what a door looks like, right? You can see I wasn't too clean. Didn't have to worry. This is another one of those things where it's paint. Make mistakes. We can paint over it. It's no big deal. I didn't really care too much. I only focused on those details. Focusing on the inside of the door and all that stuff. Because we'll just fix it after. Alright, so here we go. Oh, look at that bold titanium white, baby! So my boy, he picked me up this paint a while ago, and I haven't had a chance to use it. Just, you know, backlog of videos or going to Japan with Maru-chan for our family vacation. So I've only been using my dollar store white. There were old videos, whatnot. Either way, first step we're going to do is we're going to cover up all the snow and all of the icicles. But that's the easy part. You already knew I was going to do that. You already knew it was coming. Clean up all the mistakes. You saw it before. I painted all over it and I made a big point of it saying, hey, big mistake. You already knew it. Let's get down to brass tacks. How's this titanium white? How's this bold titanium white? How's this Pro Acryl paint different from that shitty white craft paint I always use? I'll tell you. This bold titanium white is smooth, baby. Holy crap. The application is incredibly smooth. The paint is hyper viper opaque with only 1, sometimes 2, very rarely 3 coats. You can cover anything and it's gonna be smooth. It's gonna be like butter. Well, if you go a little, you know, too fast and loose, I will say it could be a little chalky. So just, you know, thin coats, slow, light application. Don't go crazy. Enough of that for the moment. We're doing Pilar Glacier. This is a contrast paint. You could easily just make your own, you know, or use something that is like a speed paint equivalent, whatever. If you wanted to make your own of this, just get a light, you know, babyish blue and use medium and maybe thin it like 60-40, right? And just thin it down. I say use medium rather than water because you're going to keep the pigments bright and vibrant more so. You want like a glaze, and if you're using water, it's gonna spread too thin, like the paint. It's just going to become more like a wash. Yeah, and your paint pigments aren't going to be that great. So use medium if you're going to do it with your own paints. Here we got Frost Heart. You're going to see it looks really dark, but it's going to look friggin' cool. So don't worry about that. Just put this dark ass blue paint on here. Again, you don't have to use the paints that I'm using. You can use an equivalent. You can use the best match. You can eyeball it. You could do 3 coats up, base, mid-tone, highlight. Just make sure it's a dark ass blue for these icicles. Anything that's ice. You saw I painted ice on the back of the door. It's gonna, just trust me, it's gonna look a friggin' sick. So yeah, we're going back with titanium white, that bold titanium white, and we're just going in and we're highlighting now. That's it. This is so flippy dippy easy. I could go outside and catch a butterfly and put a paintbrush in front of it. This butterfly is gonna paint with its wings. It doesn't even need a paintbrush. I could just put the bold titanium white, put the Pilar Glacier, on a plate or something in front of it, and a nice little flower for a snack. And this butterfly is gonna paint this whole ass thing with his. It's just gonna flippy flappy his little wings on there. Get her done. Tangent aside, we're going in here with the bold titanium white. You can see I'm stippling uneven. I don't care about all the little detail crevices in there on these icicles. I don't care. The Frost Heart has taken care of detailing in there, and instead we're using the titanium white to stipple on the illusion of extra detail. Right? It doesn't have to be dot dot dot, but just like little uneven, jabby, stabby lines and whatnot. And here we're going on that face. You can already see this is looking sick. So get on that face, that little door face, highlight it up, and here's the cool ass part with this blue stuff on the door. To me it looked like ice, and I'm painting it as ice. You can make a craggly ass door. It's ice to me. Just highlight the edge. Don't even do like a Space Marine GW crazy highlight edge. You don't got to do all of them. Just pick and pop. You know, do all the ones that are on the top, or a bunch of ones that are like lining up. It's gonna look sick. Just trust your instincts, trust your guts. Don't go too crazy. You don't got to edge light everything. You're not painting a Space Marine. And here we go. We just got another angle of putting on snow. So just on this one, don't be afraid of doing a little thicker. This is where I mentioned that it's getting a little chalky. But that's because I'm going fast and loose. I don't really care about the chalkiness. I'm going fast and loose. You shouldn't care either. Just play on that snow. And boom. This is what we got. Look at this. This is sick. Sick! You can see that since we just only used 3 colors, and the icicles look like cool, like really cool blue, right? Like really cold. They pop out. They don't get lost. They don't look like some other weird like blue candy or something. Like, you don't got to worry about that. The snow is looking sick. It's very cool blue, but also really white, because most of it is white, right? Like, we painted over all that. But just having that blue under there is looking awesome. This face is looking so flippin' good. Look at that ice in the background. It just pops right off the door because of that like contrast, that distinction, the variation between that face on the front and that ice on the back. Real awesome. Real happy with these. They stand out a lot. They're gonna differentiate from the original doors. You're gonna be able to pluck them out easy, pop them on the board. You'll know exactly where to go. And that's our first video on Frozen Horror, the Frozen Doors. I hope you guys are looking forward to what's next. I think we're going to do Mercenaries. I kind of want to jump to the monsters. I don't know. You'll see next time. We got vlogs coming up. We got games on the Twitch. Like, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.